Hello. How many of you really know what it's like to be homeless? I think so many people don't really understand homelessness or how people get there. Most people who are forced to leave their homes and live on the streets are just like you and me. Yet they have hit extremely difficult times and are forced to living on the streets as a last resort to their problem. Many people hear the word homeless and think of a person standing on the corner begging for money or food. Most of you, like me, have decided that giving a few dollars was enough to keep your conscience clean. For a long time, I thought I was fulfilling my obligation to society by treating the homeless person nice. I am here today to challenge each of you to no longer take the easy way out. But when you see a homeless person, consider doing more. Instead of giving them food and money, truly help them and get to know them better so that you will be able to understand why they are in the position. Because when you think they are looking for a handout, they may be truly looking for help. You must understand the causes and effect of homelessness. Also, the ways to prevent it from happening. Today, I will speak about the causes of homelessness, the circumstances that lead to homelessness, and ways in which you can work to end homelessness. So, what is homelessness? According to the Department of Health and Human Services, homelessness is a person without permanent housing who may live on the streets, stay in shelter, mission, single room occupancy faculty, abandoned buildings or vehicle, or in any other unstable or non-permanent situation. On January 30th, 2013, Partners Ending Homelessness and volunteers attempted to count every person in Guilford County experiencing homelessness. The count revealed that there were 949 individuals experiencing homelessness on a given night in the area. Also, 201 of these people are children. According to the statistics, 47% of Guilford County homeless population is homeless due to unemployment or underemployment. In a result of a survey I did last week on homeless people revealed that about 70% of the people that are homeless become that way due to a change in their circumstances in their life, such as a job layoff, or a death, or a family crisis. By a show of hands, how many of you know what it's like to really be homeless? Okay, so what are some of the reasons why people become homeless? There are many causes of homelessness, according to the Homeless Hub. One of the reasons could be a job layoff, and lack of inadequate income can be reasons why people become homeless. There are people that may have been working on their job for years and have no other type of experience, and their job tells them that they are closing down. Also, some people may have a job that may not be making enough wages to cover their rent, food, and other expenses. Also, there are people that may have no job experience or education, such as a high school diploma, that may be hindering them from finding a job. According to Homeless Hub, critical shortage of housing that is affordable, safe, and stable directly contributes to homelessness. Other circumstances that may be a reason why people become homeless is traumatic events, personal crisis, mental health and addiction, and mental health. There are also some people who have drug and alcohol abuse problems that may risk them from being homeless. As we already know, some of the reasons, such as a loss of a job, family crisis, and mental health issues, can also be reasons why a person becomes homeless. But why does homeless matter so much? Homelessness can have negative effects on health and safety of an individual and the community. According to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, 20 to 25% of homeless population in the United States suffer from some form of severe mental health illnesses. Poor mental health affects the physical health of people who are homeless. According to the National Coalition of Homeless, mental health illness may cause people to neglect taking the necessary precautions against diseases. When combined with inadequate hygiene due to homelessness, this may lead to physical problems such as respiratory infections, skin diseases, or exposure to tuberculosis or HIV. Half of the mentally ill homeless suffer from substance abuse and self medicate using street drugs, which leads to addiction. Homelessness is often associated with substance abuse, according to alcohol rehab. It is believed that about 38% of homeless people abuse alcohol while 26% regularly use other drugs. These statistics show that substance abuse among these groups is significantly higher than the general population. This has led some people to conclude that it is use of alcohol and drugs that is most important contributing factor to this situation. It is unlikely that the situation is as clear cut as this. It may be that many of these individuals turn to addictive substances as a mean to cope with homelessness. These people will often be dealing with a high degree of stress, and some will have mental health problems, so it is understandable that many will attempt to turn to substance abuse as a form of self-medication. Domestic violence can also lead to being homeless, according to U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Domestic violence is the third leading cause of homelessness amongst families nationwide. In my own life, my past relationship, I was in a very abusive relationship where I had to decide as far as moving out of my home and facing homelessness so that me and my kids would be safe. After I performed a survey on a few of my friends that indicated that 70% of them was roughly just a paycheck away from being homeless. So far, we've discussed homelessness as well as their negative effects. I'm sure at this point you may be wondering how to prevent homelessness. I will discuss several suggestions now. There are a few things you can do in your life to avoid homelessness. You should know where you financially stand. That means you should know how much expenses you have versus incoming money every month. Also, stop eating fast food and curb spending. If you're eating out a few times a week and buying big meals from fast food restaurants, instead of going out to eat, try shopping at grocery store for healthy foods. If you lose your job and don't have one, find out what services on hand that will help you find a job. Also, get trained for a skill and use your skill to help you get financially secure. Having a stable job and a positive thinking will protect yourself from future problems and becoming homeless. Sadly but true, Mark Hoveth states, "No one ever thinks they will become homeless, but a majority of us are one paycheck away from becoming homeless." Mark Hoveth talks about the first time being homeless and feeling of uncertainty and how being homeless for the first time was painful for him, according to his blog on the Huffman Post. As you've seen today, homelessness is a big problem in America with a lot of solutions. Knowing the causes of why people may become homeless and doing things that will prevent it from happening in the future will benefit you in the future. Also, finding better solutions to prevent such as learning skills, getting your high school diploma, or finding a job that will make you financially secure. Many of us can prevent homelessness by making certain positive changes in our lives. Managing your expenses and setting up a plan will help out in the long run. Thank you for listening to my speech today.